calcium and magnesium and hold it and until it's full. And then when it's full, it shuts off to the house. And then the brine water, the salt water that's in here, is pulled into here, which changes the ion exchange from positive to negative and releases the calcium and magnesium off the polymer bead, which is the medium. And then it's flushed and rinsed and pumped down into a drain. And then it regenerates. And then once it's regenerated, then it opens back up and it's ready to go again. So about 8 years ago, you came out with these, what's called microcrystallization, which is also a polymer bead, but it captures the calcium and magnesium, but it doesn't release it. It just grabs it and instead of it being a square molecule, it stacks them so that it's more of a round, so it doesn't scale. So it's more of a conditioning. It's not soft water, but it conditions the water so that you have less scaling, but that stuff passes through. Scaling is like calcium and magnesium. If you look at it under a microscope, it's square. So what happens is it stacks. So it's in your pipes, it's on your faucets, and it stacks. And as it stacks, it's called scaling because it just keeps stacking on top of each other. And that's what that white stuff is. That's what all that is, and you get all that on there. When you do water conditioning, like I said, whether it be through microcrystallization or if you do ion exchange, which is how you remove the calcium and magnesium, one changes it from square, it attaches it, makes it more round, so it has less chance of stacking, which helps prevent scaling. But if you don't want any scaling, you go with ion exchange, which means you need a water softener. Unfortunately today, until they come up with a new medium that can fight off the chloramine that we're using, you have to put a carbon filter in front. The reason you got to put a carbon filter in front is to pull the chloramine away, all the way out, before it gets to the medium. Because chloramine will destroy the medium and it'll turn it to jelly, and then it won't be able to soften anymore. This is in my home. This exact system is in my home. So really what I usually do when I'm talking to somebody out in the field, or my technicians are talking to someone in the field, we want to know what they're actually wanting. Because you can go online and there's all kinds of, filtration, this, that, it's like, okay, well, do you want to protect yourself? Do you want to protect your house? Do you want to protect both? Do you just want good drinking water and you're not worried about the rest? And so asking these questions and listening to the customer, we can figure out, okay, this is what they want. They just worried about, I want good drinking water. Well, then really all you need is a carbon filter. And if you're just going to go with a carbon filter, go with one that has a microfilter built in and precious metals. It also helps fight bacteria. That's our KDC. And there's other ones out there that do the same thing. So that would give you good drinking water anywhere in your house. It will pull all the chloramine out and the chlorine. It'd be like, just like in your refrigerator has a little carbon filter. That's what this is. It's just 2.5 cubic feet of it. So what people don't understand about carbon is it's a sponge. So there is no flushing it and rinsing it and regenerating it. Once that carbon grabs a hold of the fluoride and the chlorine, the pesticides and all the hormones and everything it's got, it holds it. What passes on is the good drinking water. So if it's just carbon, it's not, you don't need a drain, or it's not going to flush. This one has a built-in microfilter as well. So every month or so, it flushes itself out automatically. You don't have to do it. But it flushes just to clean the precious metals filter and the microfilter. Other than that, the carbon just grabs and rolls. 2.5 cubic feet is about 1 million gallons a year on average. Household, probably 10 years before you need to change that out. That's just how that is.